Hello, everyone, and welcome to another customer series from SubQuery. Today, I'm delighted to bring on board Sota Wantabe. As I'm sure everyone in the ecosystem knows of Sota, he's one of the nicest guys in all of Polkadot. Sota, thank you very much for joining us.
Of course, thank you very much for having me today, James.
So, Sota, should we start straight away? And do you want to introduce yourself and obviously Astar? Tell us about Astar.
Yep, my name is Sota Watanabe. I'm really good to see you guys all. And I'm working on Astar as a founder. And Astar is a multi-chain smart contract hub on Polkadot, supporting EVM and WebAssembly and multiple bridges. And apart from Astar, I'm working on one of the director of Japanese Blockchain Association. And recently I founded Next Web Capital to nurture and develop Web3 ecosystem.
Excellent. So you've got your hands in a lot of pies, as they say, or you're really busy, Sota, which everyone knows. Tell us what your goals are with Astar. What are your goals to build with Astar?
Yeah, we would like to make smart contract hub on Polkadot. So that's why we are supporting not only Ethereum virtual machine, but also WebAssembly. As Gavin Wood said, WebAssembly is going to be the future of the smart contract, but Ethereum virtual machine is super important right now. But we are seeing the traction from EVM to WebAssembly. So having two different virtual machines at the same time on single parachain is dramatically important because this, traction from the EVM to WebAssembly is not going to be happening in a day or in a month. It may take years. So we would like to support two virtual machines at the same time and make them interactive so that Solidity contract can interact with WebAssembly smart contract and vice versa. And also another biggest problem we are approaching is lack of developer incentive. Right now, developer is the most important human resource in entire blockchain space. Developer is the people who are paying a lot of the cost. So blockchain is all about incentive design. But incentive design here is completely broken because most important people are paying a lot of the cost, right? So we invented build to earn protocol. So project who are building on Astar network can get a basic income from block rewards. So let's say SubQuery and OnFinality are one of the most important partners for us. So you guys can earn Astar token by maintaining infrastructure or maintaining the indexing service, so that we incentivize developer to make service protocol dApps on the top of Astar. This is what we are working on right now to realize Web 3.0.
And it's interesting. You mentioned there being able to support both the Ethereum virtual machine and WebAssembly in the same place, which I think is really important because it provides a single environment where a developer can try out both. And although they might want to start in, let's say, the Ethereum virtual machine, they can slowly move more and more to WebAssembly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's something we are doing with SubQuery, right? Is we're trying to make it easy so you can index both EVM data, but also substrate data.
Yeah, exactly. SubQuery is working on the not only EVM but also substrate itself, which means WebAssembly. So yeah, I think SubQuery is doing really great job in our ecosystem, and the supporting substrate natively is super huge for us.
So let's talk about that. With SubQuery, we've done a lot of work with Astar to extend SubQuery support for the Ethereum virtual machine to Frontier EVM that Astar implements. And we're very happy to work with you to put out support for Astar's EVM and also examples, right? Developer example code, dictionary support. Put out a level of support through SubQuery to allow developers in Astar to build the next thing. It's really good to be working close to the Astar around that.
I can give you some of the example. So first example is the dApps on the top of EVM. So right now, Astar, which is the biggest smart contract decentralized exchange, even in the Polkadot ecosystem today, take 1 minute or 2 minutes to get the data from blockchain to show on the UI. But it takes long time right now. So we need an indexing service to show the data from the blockchain to the user very quickly. So this is what we are working on. We are working on to implement the SubQuery on the top of Astar right now. And in terms of substrate, we have a dApps staking. So we are making Apple Store for blockchain, decentralized Apple Store for blockchain. So a lot of the dApps, a lot of the infrastructure service will be listed on our portal, Apple Store. Then people can stake their token on the top of dApps. And based on the number of the staking amount a project gets, these projects can get basic income from block rewards. So we have to measure the number of the token each project gets. And based on that, we are going to distribute basic income from block rewards. So we have to measure the substrate native data. And we have to get it very quickly. So we would like to use SubQuery to analyze and to get these data quickly and more efficiently.
I'd love to talk about this app store that you're building, because you do market yourself as Polkadot's decentralized application hub. What does that mean? What does being a DApp hub mean?
Yeah. So as I said, Ethereum virtual machine is super important because Ethereum is the biggest dApp hub, right? But I think future is WebAssembly because Ethereum virtual machine is mainly for Ethereum ecosystem developer. But WebAssembly is mainly for Web2 developer, like the people who are working at Google, Microsoft, Mozilla, and so on. So number of the Web2 developer is much bigger than Solidity developer right now, Ethereum developer. So we would like to unlock Web3 for Web2 people. If we can have Web2 people to Web3 space through WebAssembly, I think blockchain is going to be mainstream. So that's why we are heavily working on WebAssembly as well as Ethereum virtual machine. So we would like to make dApp hub on the top of Polkadot, which means we are unlocking WebAssembly smart contract features for Web2 people. So we can bring a lot of the Web2 people to Astar and Polkadot. Polkadot is not just a EVM copy chain. Polkadot is much bigger than EVM. So we would like to prove the originality of the Polkadot in the blockchain space together with Web3 Foundation Parity Technologies and SubQuery.
It's very interesting. So the goals of Astar and the goals of SubQuery are quite similar. It's providing the tools and the platform for developers to build their applications of the future. And I'm really curious because you've got a great background for this as with your work for the Japanese Blockchain Foundation or Association, as well as Astar. What do you think Polkadot, but also specifically Astar, needs to do to attract more applications to be built or attract more developers to build applications? What do you think we need to do?
Yeah, multi-chain is important. And the another thing is like a developer incentive. Right now it takes, I don't know, it depends on the time, but it takes, let's say, $1,000 to deploy smart contract, even more. So we need more developer-friendly platform, which means incentive and also ecosystem toolings, like smart contract tooling or SDK and indexing service. So we need more infrastructure. And also we need more incentive for developer to deploy smart contract, maintain infrastructure, and so on. So that's why we are supporting Build.2 protocol. And we would like to support more infrastructure projects in quarter 1 and quarter 2.
Yeah, because without infrastructure, it's very difficult to build the applications tomorrow, isn't it? Right. Yeah.
Right.
And
Exactly.
Astar's doing a good job on that, right? I know that Astar has a really good builders program.
Yep.
Same with SubQuery. I think both teams have realized the importance of funding, but also support for developers to develop new things. It's again, Astar and SubQuery are incredibly aligned in terms of how we do things.
Right. Yeah, we aligned a lot, right? So SubQuery is also, maintaining the testnet relay chain, which is the incredible work in Polkadot ecosystem. And we are running testnet parachain and connected to your relay chain. So we are supporting each other and we grow together. Your win is going to be our win, and our win is going to be your win.
So my final question, Sota, and I ask this to everyone, is what would you tell someone thinking about jumping into blockchain or is just starting in blockchain? What would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Yeah. So Web3 is just a beginning right now. So we still have a bunch of the problem right now, and we have a lot of the opportunity ahead of us. So, I think that we are going to have a bear market again. We need to build and we need a people who believe in Web3 future. So this is the right time to join Web3 space right now in the long run and the focus on building product. So never too late. And this is the right time to start Web3 project.
Yeah, no, it's always very early in Web3, right? We've only been in this industry for a few years, each of us, and already we've done so much together.
Right.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, Sota?
Yeah. Especially Polkadot in 2022 is going to be this year is going to be the most important year for all of us, including SubQuery and the Astar. So we would like to grow together with ecosystem project and grow together with the community member. And the blockchain is all about community and decentralization. So I think we are on the right track, but building product and focusing on the important things really important and make difference in 2022. So let's focus on the important things and let's focus on Web3 to make a better future.
That's exactly right, and well said. And Polkadot's going to have a huge year in 2022. But also developers out there that are dipping their toes into blockchain, there's no better place to get started than Polkadot's DApp Hub, which is obviously Astar, and it's a network Shiden. So thank you very much for joining us today, Sota. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much, James.
Thank you very much.